by my right, we have a nurse who I call my daughter, my younger sister, and a very humble young lady I so much love and admire. And her name is Miss Faustina Ikedi. Say hello to our fans all over the world.
Hi, viewers.
Are you happy to be here?
Yes, I am.
I've always been wanting you to come. At least come and talk a little bit about your profession, and it's too difficult to get you. Nurses love money too much. What do you have to say?
I think everyone loves money.
Well, we are glad you are here. And then we have, an unassuming pastor who I think he is really a practicing pastor. God bless you, Pastor Michael Ado.
Thank you so much.
You know, I couldn't make it for your ordination, but
Yes.
because we were in UK.
I felt
And
your
here
spirit
you
there.
are. If
felt
it's
your
other
spirit.
people now, they will carry it in their heart and say, because you didn't come, and I won't be here.
No.
Welcome, Pastor. We
thank
value
you so
your
much.
we
Thank
value
you
your
so much.
relationship, and we are glad you are here
Thank
today.
you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. We also have a woman that all of you've grown to love, because sometimes you even ask us to bring her along, because this woman, I always tell her, if she has, let me not say, let me spell, but I always tell her that this woman, she is capable of selling all of us because she's very wise. She's full of wisdom. Please receive Mrs. Cecilia Achon, my own aunt.
Peace.
Say hello to our fans
Hello,
all over the
my
world.
people. God bless you.
Yeah.
We are back again.
And another one I have grabbed, Guru. You all know now, Mr. Obalade, the director of Obalade Suya Restaurants, in here in Amsterdam and also beyond. Can you say hello to our viewers?
Hello, viewers.
I tell you, yesterday when I was watching your the food you have for the menu of last week Sunday,
Yes.
I said, this man, don't get me here. I was just saying, I'm shaking. So I don't know what today's menu is going to be.
Oh, don't worry, it's full package.
Well, you could see, viewers, that we have seasoned men and women. So join us in this broadcast, and please make sure you go to Facebook and be a part and parcel of this discussion. So if you have any question or through Facebook, please on Radio Voice of Niger, or you can also forward your questions through WhatsApp. Then we are here to receive them, and you can call us from any part of the world. But when you are calling, remember, you're gonna put 0031, then 20, then 3374160. We are at your service. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the hour has come. The hour has come to really tell us the old culture versus the new culture, and we want to look at it in the context of marital relationship. Now, in the old culture, permit me to say that in a marital relationship, we see that our mothers were waiting for our fathers to give them what they call chop money. They give them chop money before they can function. So that culture really, did it make the women of then old, or did it make them weak? Or did it make them to become lousy because they're always waiting for this chop money? And meanwhile, in the modern culture, the women are also working.
That's right.
So I want us to talk about that old, in that of the chop money, and the new culture where the woman is also working, and she's now working to the point that she has no time for her family. So can we talk about that? I start with Mr. Balade because he's nodding his head. What do you find good and what do you find bad?
God bless you, ma'am. Marriage and then discussion about a relationship is one of the most delicate issue to handle, and that is the reason why when we are going to talk about that, and then we are going to advise people concerning this, we must try to be as liberal as possible.
Yeah.
And then in such discussion, we would not bring ourselves in or bring our personal feelings into it. Only
Exactly.
to discuss broadly so that people will understand that what we are doing here is trying to help people. In what I love so much about relationship and the whole way of marriage is that the voice of God dwell in the relationship of the past.
Okay.
The teaching of the Bible, the teaching of our modality and our moral is so much applicable in the old way of understanding relationship and marriage. From all indication, if we follow the Bible and we see what God expects of man in a marriage, that means you are a provider. You take care of your wife.
Yes.
You do all this. The Bible says to to us that when a man and woman comes together, they become one. And then he go further and even advise the world, advise every one of us to do what God has joined together. Let no man put us under. We all know this, and that is why you see, when I say that it's a sensitive, that is a discussion, there are people who should have made it their job to sit down couples and teach them about what it means when they want to come in. And I so much bless the men of God and women who have been doing this. They have been doing it properly,
yes,
and they'll be doing it nicely, and they're doing it for the benefit of marriages that we have today that has been surviving. I so much thank you very much, ma'am, for this wonderful job that you've been doing.
Thank you.
But what I find really, because I'm just going to pass, I'm not going to be the only one that will talk about this.
No.
What I find very, very important is that people should understand what marriage stands for.
Yes.
The two parties that are going into marriage should understand what marriage stands for. And then what marriage stands for mostly is commitment. And when you talk about commitment, there's going to be sacrifice. And when you talk about sacrifice, there's going to be somebody that one way or the other may be affected.
Okay.
That's what we call sacrifice.
Yes, it's true.
And if no one will be affected, if no one will be the one that will be able to take it easy, or let's say understand the situation, then the two of them will be they will be bars. And if we have two bars in a ship, then the ship will tear down.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You've made your point. I think we're going to come back there again. So please, let's speak spontaneously, because I will not be saying you. So we speak spontaneously when you have something to add. Amen? So, let me hear from the women before Pastor Mike takes over, because I think he's wanting to speak. So, you can speak. Faustina?
I can speak. I was looking at her.
No,
she wants something to say. Okay. Okay. I think in the old way, in the old culture of marriage, it's different than the new culture of marriage. Why I agree there's different. There's similarity and there's also difference in it.
Yeah.
Because in the old days, like you said, our mother waited for our father to give them the feeding money.
Yes.
And these days, if the man cannot afford, the woman takes over.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we do, because there's a lot of disadvantage in it, and there's a lot of advantage in it. The advantage in it that I see in it is that the men get that respect, that dignity they like and they want it, and I think they're proud of a man. They feel it and they get it and they're happy with it. But these days, if a man doesn't give, the woman don't give a damn, because why? They work, they can fix anything with their money, and that the man feels a little bit like, okay, she does everything by herself, so why am I here, But that's the disadvantage I find in it. But in another way, if there is understandable in the marriage, like my brother here, Obalande, has said, that it has to start with understanding each other. It is understandable and being understood. He used one word, the voice of the Lord, the fear of God. If there is understandable and there's fear of God in it, they can come to understand each other. Okay, I work, you can take care of this section, why I take care of this section, and everything will come good. Because in the end, it boosts the family.
Exactly.
And the man as well, if this understandable, we still have that pride outside that he's doing greatly. It doesn't mean for the wife to come and kneel in his front to come and ask him feeding money.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like our mother does, and they do guy and they bluff. They can decide if they want to give you or they don't want to give you.
Exactly.
And
Yeah. And that was making them
their ego boosting very high.
So that was making them to become very polygamous as well. So because when you are a rude wife, not catering for or taking good. You're not taking care of the house the way the man expects you. Then he will reduce your chop money, and then at the same time he will go to the outside mistress and bring that one in, because some of them we already having outside mistresses. So waiting for when the one inside will react. So the moment you react a little bit, it's okay. No more will that one be outside mistress. I'm bringing that person in because he's the one providing the chop money. So let me hear from the rest of the people. So you are saying, in a nutshell, that the modern marriages, you think you like it? Yeah. More than as it was in the olden.
I prefer it than modern as it was, because I found myself being dormant at home, waiting for my husband to come and give me chop money. No, I wouldn't like that.
That's very, very good. Yeah, exactly. That's very, very good. Because that, even from the culture where I'm coming from, the Igbo culture, you know, there's the name they normally say, Oriak. The moment they marry, they say, Oriak. That means I'm coming in only to come and eat. You eat the one who have labored. So in this time now, the women don't answer Oriak anymore. Now we are answering about that, means we are now bringing well too. Because we are now working. Oh no, let me hear from let me hear from you can speak.
So this is where also culture plays a major role in our relationship and in our marriages, because right from the inception we believe or we know that culture is the way and manner a certain group of people live and then do their things. So each and every culture differs from one another. In the olden culture, as far as marriage is concerned, your mother or your father will come together and say, boy, you've been of age, so we are going to look for a wife for you. And then they will arrange everything. And then they will get you the wife, maybe in the city. Before you realize the wife is in the city, ready for you to, take over your home. But in the current dispensation, we find out that our young guys, we go in or we go out and fish for our spouses. And then it has its own advantages and disadvantages. In the olden days, because your mom is choosing for you, they have to do a lot of investigation, researches,
background work,
background, and then make sure that the house that they are finding a wife for you, they are respectful, there is no sickness, they are not rude, and all these things. So it played a major role in it, and it bring a sort of respect.
Wow.
So that is one advantage of the olden fashion of marriage. But the disadvantage I can think of is also we don't give our wards the ability to choose or to search for what they want or what they like. So it becomes a problem or a disadvantage. But in the modern world or in the modern day marriages or relationship, what we find out that we go ourselves and then we find, because we're looking for beauty and then other things, we just go and find, before our father say Jack, we are already in it. You see, we are already in it. Only to find out later on that this is not what I want. So the disadvantages of the modern day marriages and relationships is that we find out that it's breaking here and there.
Yeah, okay.
It's just like that. It is going out. And talking of how to take care of your spouse or how to look over the family, yes, of course, now the modern day woman is working.
Yeah.
And then in the olden days, we needed to look for our spouse. And in some culture, like the Arabs and other people, they are still doing the same thing.
That's why they have so many wives.
They are still doing the same thing.
Don't you
the
see?
man is fending for the wife, the family, and they're making sure that everything is set. And it will interest you to know that even in Europe here, it is happening.
Oh, all right.
Most of the Arabs and then some of the Asians, they are doing the same, they are practicing the same old-fashioned way.
Wow.
But Perhaps it is helping them.
Yeah.
Because the wife respects them that they are the breadwinners,
Uh-huh.
and then they humble themselves for them also.
Really? Oh, so are you then saying that those who are like women who are financially
Independent.
No, independent. Thank you. So they don't respect. Because
No,
myself, I respect my husband very well.
I'm not saying that, but mostly because of the culture. That's why I placed and then I defined the culture as the way of living.
Yeah.
You see, and other people placed major concern or interest on that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they choose, since my husband is taking care of me, I have to surrender
All right.
outright to him.
Wow,
Okay.
we are really learning.
Yeah.
Well, if you are watching this program and you feel like giving us a call on the studio line, feel free to call 337-4160. This is coming live on the waves of Majestic Christian Television Network. You can also watch us live on Facebook right now. All right, let me hear from Auntie Cecilia.
So what I have to contribute here is it's God Himself who created this situation
Yes.
to be. You know, sometimes we human beings, we just think we know it all. In actual sense, we are going for what we want and not what we need. We don't know what we need. We just, I want this. But God said God give us what we need.
Okay.
But now we are going for what we want.
Uh-huh.
Since they started choosing wives themselves,
Yeah.
how is the relationship going?
Oh.
You have more divorce.
Yeah.
This time, even when you talk of this money, they use money to control the family. When your
who?
children,
The modern women.
when it comes to in a family,
Yeah.
this that has that money is supposed to be the head of the family, the man.
Okay.
You know, the children this time, whenever they are independent of their parents, see the attitude of the children. You see that?
Okay.
When children are able to take care of themselves, provide for themselves, they respect no more.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
use, when any woman who is able to afford, who can afford her own, need,
Mm-hmm.
hardly they respect their husband. Let's be fact.
Huh.
Yeah. This
Is that the general concept
Maybe
of
it's not a general concept. Maybe
No.
she's just
if
talking out
you-
of her experience.
Few
Yeah.
will
What she has
respect.
seen.
Yeah.
Few will respect quite
It's true.
because
That's
when
what she
your
says,
husband
right.
have to depend
It's
on
true.
your husband, somehow you really humble yourself somehow. But once I know that, you know that after all, it's that money that he used to. When I need it, I have to humble it. Because some men, if you don't kneel down to ask, they won't give you.
That is
So
very
you are a
nice.
woman now, you can always take it from your pocket. You don't go to kneel down to ask for it, to ask for anything. Do you understand? That's the way I look at it. I believe modern relationship or marriages, I prefer the old one. When
Okay.
women
Yeah.
have to humble themselves and then respect their husbands, and the husbands also, it depends on, when you talk of relationships, it's all about understandings. When
Yeah.
you talk of understandings, when you have, if you can also be working at the same time, respect your husband, but most of the times, it's always, I know what I want, I can take care of myself. It plays a lot of role in women's life. A lot. Very heavy.
Really?
That is it. It's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so are we saying that the old marriages is better than the new marriage?
When
Or
God,
marriages.
why God allowed
Because in the old marriage, if I may just add something here, there were some elderly people. I'm just resuming them now in my village, and then you see that even though they were doing all of these things, their husbands still abandoned them, and they had no say. They still stayed in that place where they abandoned them, in the place of abandonment. They stayed there until death do them part.
Yeah.
Do you understand? They stayed
Yes,
there
the husband-
because wait,
Yeah.
because they didn't want it to be said that the husband married them and returned them back, so they stayed there. Because I want to say, add to what you said, that mothers will go and they will go and fetch the wives, and then a wife they look whether this family they are respectful and they are this and they are that, okay. But we don't see the silent side of the endurance. They really endured to the point that their bones were broken. I mean, some of these mothers endured to the point that the man hated them and nobody could save them from that hatred. They stayed there and their whole life were messed up. okay, till they died. And some of them died out of agony because nobody could tell them. There was nothing like liberation. So because they felt that they must be in that marriage, till death do them part. So we felt that they really stayed in marriage. Honestly, they endured marriage. They only endured it. I'm not saying that endurance is not part of it, but they endured the marriage until death do them part.
Who is to blame here? Who is to blame?
So I say it that they couldn't make a decision, because if they were wise, they could have made a decision. Okay, so because they were handicapped financially, they couldn't make a decision. So the man just put them at one side of the house, and they stayed there while the man was busy having other women. And the man kept looking younger and younger, and this one kept looking drier and drier until death did until they were put away.
Yeah, if I may come in quickly to what that the presenter has just said over this particular old marriage and then the new one. I will quickly remind us that it is not so with everybody in their family.
Yeah, it's true.
We have people who are married to women, and the women lives in their home, just like what the pastor just said now. And then the husband is the provider, and he loves his wife.
Yes.
He come home with gifts and shower her with gifts.
Yes.
He come home every time and take care of the business of the wife in their family home, knowing fully well. You do know what one that is a Cameroonian man came to me one day and said to me, he's a young man.
Yeah.
And then he used to come to my restaurant all the time to eat. And sometimes he just come around with girls, and he's a very good-looking man.
Yeah.
And I never discuss private with people.
Exactly.
But maybe I don't know what goes inside of him. He just said to me one day, say, Oga, you know that day I bring one girl and this one and another one. You know what happened?
No.
I don't just want to marry at all. I said, what is the problem? Why don't you want to marry? He said, look, it is my mother's problem that killed my father. I said, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? He said, let me tell you how my father died.
Oh.
My father is a good man.
See that?
He loved his wife. He loved his children.
Yes.
He take care of us. Take care of my mother.
Yes.
Take care of the family of my mother. Anytime they have problem, they run to him because he's well-to-do.
Yes.
Now he have too many problems. Now he have to take care of us. He have to take care of my mother's family. And you see again, he said, Obalende, remember, my mother does not have only one family. My mother comes from a father and a mother. So the mother family comes to him, the father family comes to him.
Wow.
Because he's a very nice person. He gave away.
Yes.
He tried to make sure that things are in balance.
Okay.
My wife is my wife. She gave birth to my children. She needs to take care of my children. She don't have to work. And by her not working, I have to do what? I have to work in place of that to make sure that the woman is taken care of and respected also in our family.
Okay.
So I will be the man to do all those things. That is what the father believed in his heart. And that is the reason why he did all that. He said, my father did not last 70 years. He died. You know why he died? Heart attack and stress killed him.
Jesus.
And I said, but I told him, I was able to just quickly throw to him. I said, look, we all are destined for a reason. We are in this world to do something. We may be a teacher. We may be a learner. We may be somebody who inspire others. And because of that, we are giving out something. Sometimes you receive back, but sometimes you don't. And that can dry you up.
Yes.
Good men like this, because when Madam talks about men who treat their wife like anything, I have seen them too.
Yeah.
I grew up from nothing.
Yeah.
And I knew when you are in this part of the world, and then you are in those kind of situations, you will see a lot, because I live in face me and face you room, where you will see women will just come outside in the morning, go better for you, what did they worry you? All you thinking, we are not born, you don't do anything, you want, wait. We are young, we wouldn't know what is going on, we don't know what is the problem, why a woman would just cry out early in the morning.
Screaming.
Exactly.
We don't know why those things are happening, and that is the reason why you see, ma'am, I want to say to everyone here and also our viewers
into the camera and tell them.
that it is not every man, it is not every woman. It is not every man, it is not every woman. That is why God is the God of balance, and God balance his own job. None of us can hold God responsible for anything, Because God is a perfect God. Perfect God by saying, when you are complaining that this is happening to me, the Lord God will show you another person. Come and see this family. Come and see my children. Come and see what I've done here. Come and see the man who has shown himself to be a man. Take care of his wife and children. Even while he said to his wife, you cannot walk, but let me come to where walking comes in.
Yeah.
We are not going to tell our wife these days not to walk.
Yes.
We are not going to press them down and say because they will be women and then they should not walk. We know women are our mothers. They gave birth to us.
Yes.
So I cannot hate them for any reason.
No.
They are still our mother. If you treat your wife very nicely, you're treating your mom very nicely.
Yes.
If you treat your wife very badly, that means you're a bad son.
Yeah.
Because you will always realize that she goes through the same 9 months.
Exactly.
You understand me? She had the same contraction,
Yes.
the same pain during birth.
Wow.
And so why is the reason, what is the first reason that will make you to think that I would treat my partner bad? That will make you to start planning to go and bring in another wife because you want her to cry.
Exactly.
Because you want to say something to her now, and the only way you say to her is, wife, you offend me, and I'm going to deal with you.
Lack of understanding.
Lack of understanding.
Exactly.
Lack of understanding, madam.
Yeah.
I will keep going on and on just to make us to understand that God has part in this, just as our mother said. God has part in everything, and God, that is the reason why God called, Mr. Lucifer. He said, Lucifer, he said, have you seen my son, Job?
Job, yes.
Have you seen him? How many of us want God to be proud of us this day because of our activities and what we do? How many of us is really waiting for that? Even if after you read the Job story and then you knew that the devil was really breaking him down, you'll be afraid. Say, God, no point me. Oh. No point me. God, if you point me now, the devil can't go catch me now. But it's true. All this you go through me, I don't want to go through this one. This is the day of butter and bread. You understand?
Yeah.
But you see, women should be given that right.
Okay, and then?
Women should be allowed to work.
Yes.
Women should be allowed to provide. In our generation right now, the doing of a man is not enough anymore.
No. Exactly.
The man wants to work alone. That means he wants to die like my customer's father. He's going to die.
May God be merciful.
Because right now we have a fast-moving economy.
Yes.
We have everything going very well, but let's not forget one thing. I love it here in the Netherlands because the Netherlands government really give women a lot of respect by telling them even not to work many hours as the men. Advise them if you really want to work because you energize yourself to make yourself wisely, that is modernized in recognizing the system and the economy, go out there and work. So when they go out there and work, they told them you can work 4 hours, you can work 6 hours. The reason for that is because they look at some of them, they are mothers. They need to take care of children.
Yes.
When you let children alone for a long time, you lose those children.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You lose those children. I told you that I don't want to come in with personal thing because when we come in with personal thing, it's like we're talking about ourselves. And that's not, we're not talking about ourselves on this show.
No.
We're talking about how to help other people in marriages.
Yes.
And how marriages of the old can be bring into the new, because we can bring them into the new. We can help them.
Exactly, it's true.
Okay, I want to say something. What I want to say, because sorry, but I have to put this. But God laid things for us, and He asks us that we have the right to choose, and He advised us to choose life that we might live, and our children might live. That means we still have a choice to make.
Of course.
You see,
Yeah.
so irrespective that God has put things in place for us, we still have a choice to choose what we want. And at the same time, talking about the old cultural marriage and the new cultural marriage, we have to know that time is
changing,
and time is changing. The
The
latest car far back is not the latest car these days. In those days, I remember my father has a tortoise car. And that was the highest tortoise car. We call it tortoise.
They won't understand.
Beetle.
Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
Because we're going all over the world. People want to know what tortoise means.
That's right. Volkswagen Beetles.
Yeah.
So, and he has a bicycle. And the highest one, the height is very high.
Yeah. I remember how we used to climb in those days with one leg up, one leg down.
So for them, it was a big achievement.
Yeah.
And you cannot buy a bicycle and tell me you have achieved. It's nothing. So it is in their time.
Yeah.
What was fashionable in their time. And these days, You cannot tell me that you have to bring a woman, a liability, into your house and then be the alpha and omega. She doesn't do anything, and you are doing this and you are doing that, and you will not get tired. It doesn't work. Not these days with all the blastings and here the trouble
The tax
here
office
and
and the revenues.
everything. The tax office and the revenues. Okay, I'm using blastings because of Dutch. The tax office and the revenues, and you pay this and the house rents. You know, you can cope with it.
Exactly, but in this, what you are saying is very, very true, and people, somebody out there must
Our
hear it.
modern life is not far back life. They succeeded living it in those days, and our mothers succeeded. They were patient enough to bear because that was what is in existence for them.
Sister, you know
What
we're saying here is that look, it is so painful that when people brings their pain into the new thing, that this is what one proverb used to say, that you cannot bring that is new wine in an old bottle. When you bring a new wine in a old bottle, you get trouble.
Yeah.
Now, if women come to power now, like what we are trying to address now is that then let it come like a word like empowering women, that women come to power now. No, if you give that kind of word, you're giving a confusing word.
Yeah.
You are building something in their mind.
Yeah.
You're telling them now before you don't have power, now you have power.
Yeah.
And when you don't have power before and now you have power, what are you going to do with power?
Destroy it.
You're going to use it because you are not prepared. You are not prepared. You are not prepared, even by God, even by our pastors, to prepare women that look, now
You
it
can
used
still
to be
work.
like this,
Yes.
but now it's going to be like this, but your husband is not your enemy.
No.
Because some people just stand up and say, okay, because I was not working before,
Yeah.
and now I'm working now. Oh yeah, now talk to me now.
But
So, you know, that
that
is it.
shouldn't be.
That is it.
It shouldn't be, but that's what
it's
it's
not.
Because the spirit, because no, I'm coming,
Yeah,
I'm coming,
that
madam.
shouldn't be.
You are not like that. I'm blessing God, you are not like that.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah.
And she's not like that too. One of the most beautiful marriage I've seen in this country for so long is that of the Reverend. I love them very much. I see
you
them
so
together.
much. Thank you
I
so
see
much.
many things they do. I don't even know. I never see these people quarreling. I never see it. I don't know why. They're always smiling. They can handle things just like it is just easy like that. And I look at them, they're growing like that together. I say, oh, thank God for that. Okay, now, you see, the reason why she was like, what are you saying? I respect my husband. My husband never complained. Because I saw when she was saying that, I saw the way she looked.
Yeah.
That I am successful. Of course, she's known. She's successful. Nobody talks about the man before you talk about the women. Everybody would go, oh, is it Pastor Reverend Ellen? Oh, Pastor Ellen. Everybody knows her before they will know the man. Do you understand me? But the man is a blessed man.
Yes.
He is a man that was told by God.
Yes.
He said, this is your helpmate.
Yes, amen.
And if you agreed and say, this is my helpmate, you will not be looking for your wife's success.
No.
You will not be angry because your wife is successful. You'll be a happy man to say, honey, what are we going to do today? Do I contract? Don't enter. Oh boy, now wow, you don't enter. Yes, let us talk about it.
Yes.
Let us see how things will go. You will see two people enjoying. That's why I quickly bring it in.
Yes.
There are bad people and there are good people. There
Yes.
are bad family and
Always.
there are good family.
Always.
Yeah.
In the village where I also live and grow up, there are people that I love so much. On Sunday, the wife will just prepare the house, do everything. The
Yes.
husband is working. The wife will do everything, prepare the children and so on. The man will be starting his car. Hey, madam, I wait for you outside. You pim pim. They are ready to go to church.
that's the normal one.
This is also
That's
the
the number
family
one.
that you see that wife is not working. The
Yeah.
husband is working, doing
Yeah.
everything. And
Yeah.
they have this kind of life.
Yeah.
And you
Normal
don't hear anything.
relationship.
So that is it. That means that the old marriage also worked before
Yeah.
we move into the new marriage.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that is the reason why people need to be educated about that.
The old
That
one
look,
and the new one.
what you see in the old marriages is not against the women. It is the level of the understanding of the men of those days.
But let me chip in something before you come in. I think also there are some modern women who also are having the mentality that they are not going to work at all.
Okay.
Because they didn't see their mothers work.
Yes.
So they say they are not going. So even though we have a lot of demand in
Yeah.
this modern time,
Yes.
they still want to hold to that same old system.
Yes.
So we also need to address, excuse me, we need to address that side.
She has something to say.
I think we need to address that side. so that-
Let me come in. Let me come in here. Even taking care of kids is a lot of job.
Yes.
Taking care of those children, because these are the future. If you
Oh my
abandon
God.
your children for another somebody
Oh,
don't
oh
know,
my
and they are
God.
here working, and that person destroys those children, you come back with empty, you come with nothing.
Yeah.
Those children are supposed to come first. God say, take care of the kid while your husband works. It's a matter of understanding between the husband and wife. You do what you can do, I do what I can. Taking care of the children and cooking is a lot of job already.
Because what I'm trying to
so
say here is...
after pregnancy, the labor, 9 months, and then children then have to abandon the children to go and look for jobs.
No, what I'm trying to
That's
say
the
is...
point.
No, what I'm trying to say here
it.
is that as much as we are speaking on air, people are listening to us and people want to pick up something very reasonable. There are others who have the mentality that they are not going to work at all. So those are the ones I'm not saying that when you have given birth, you just abandon your children. No, I'm talking about where there is opportunity for you to go and work, and then people can take care of your case for a while, and then you go and work, just like Mr. Balande said, you work for 4 hours and come back, you know, so that you can also provide some little things. I mean, my husband shouldn't be taking shower, and then because there's no soap, I'm waiting for him to come out before I go and buy the soap. You do understand me? So
but
if you
those days, every woman is buying and selling in the market.
It's important that every woman.
But by then they were so greedy like the people of these days. A woman can have only 3 wrappers. Now a woman is suitcase of it's not enough for her.
So that's the reason why we also have to prepare the modern woman.
This and that.
We prepare the modern woman to know that she can also work. You know, you don't need to enslave your husband just because you are a woman and you just want her to be the only one to provide all of those things. When the opportunity is there, you can also work. You don't have to have the notion that you cannot work because your mother didn't work. Do you understand me? Because there are some of them who are there.
That is the reason. I think what we need to understand is the institutor of marriage puts certain blueprints down for us to follow. And then God in his own infinite wisdom knows that, or he wants us to know that his creation is progressive from one stage to another stage. So we are growing from the old to the new. Wherever we find ourselves, we shouldn't forfeit the institutor's blueprint. The institutor's blueprint guiding marriage. So we can pick up the good things in the old system, old way of living. What made Sarah and Abraham's marriage became successful, we can bring into our modern marriage and still it will work for us. The only thing is the common understanding, the common obedience we have for our spouses, the love and all these factors. They are the pillars. These are the pillars in both marriages that makes it works. Aside that, as a full-time, let me say a full-time wife.
Right, yes. You're working.
Yes. A full-time wife in a modern world now. At least, God has placed people in certain areas so that even when you have a child, here in Netherlands, after maybe 3 months or 6 months, you have to put your kid somewhere, crash, and then you go back to work. Why? Because you need to build yourself the confidence. When you sit at home, your confidence level cannot be built. Yes. You need to meet other people and have other interaction with other people so that whilst we are empowering you, you can't sit at home and say, I'm being empowered. In Ghana, there was this Rollins wife, Jemima Rollins, went to Belgium. They have a conference of women, and then they say women empowerment. And then when she returned back to Ghana, she was preaching about women empowerment. Empowerment. And it exploded in Ghana. Every woman wanted to be powerful, you know. But becoming powerful doesn't mean you have to. You have to fight. You have to fight your wife, your
no, that's not it.
But we need to work together as a team. We need to bring their confidence level so that they can also be a part of us.
Exactly.
After all, we are one people that God has planted us together. You see. So as you respect your wife, the wife respects you. You work, you bring little salaries, and then we put it together. We disperse it for the expenditure in the house, and then we go. So I think it still works in the modern day. It's only people who doesn't want to do it. Only people who want to remain primitive.
That's
that
old.
they don't want to change for any good thing.
Yeah.
But if there is a chance for a change, there is a chance for a change.
You know, I try to understand one thing about man. I'm a man, and I try to understand something about man. I hate punishing myself or doing harm to myself. And in a group of, that's a discussion with some of my friends, we had this, and I find it very difficult to still believe that in this dispensation we have people who still don't tell their wife how much their salary is.
Oh,
No.
really?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, that's the old culture then.
Yes, in the
That's
old
the old
culture,
culture.
they keep the salary like it is my rank, you know, from being captain to major general and so on. And so they shouldn't know the income of the family. So I was sitting in this group of discussion, and I find it still at this age of time that people of my age or a bit older than me or younger than me will still have that kind of measure in their life that they no, a woman should not know your pocket. If you know your pocket, you go see you finish. Oh.
Hey,
Why should she know? Why should she know your pocket? Yes, you see that that is what we said because
We want to believe
it
in
was
the husband.
yeah, it is a thing.
If you do them.
Yeah, it is a thing that has been wrong and we don't check it. Now let me give you an example.
yeah, give us.
A man who pretend to let his wife know that he received over 100,000 a
Yeah,
month,
yes.
so that the wife will go outside and say, "Oh boy, my wife, my husband loaded.
Eh,
My husband is loaded. If you just come now, you will just tear this one, do this one, that."
you are just killing yourself. Right?
And then there comes a time he has to pay the house rent, and his mother is sick, and everything is going on, and he keeps spending money. He was going there to do this and to do that, and that is the same time. After the mother just getting well, the wife was a respected woman. This is not just ordinary woman. This is a very good woman, but she doesn't have the financial information of their family, her own family. You can imagine.
Yes.
And now there was this occasion, and then she needs to buy some Ankara, and the Ankara goes about 25,000 naira. And the man who received 100,000 naira has spent a lot of money on his wife, on his mother's sickness,
Doesn't have
and
any
done
money
so.
more to
And at this
spend.
very time, you know what the brain is. The brain is always when it is tense, is ready, and if anything just go in and that is wrong, it will just explode.
Yeah.
So at that very time, the man is stressed and is tense. But the woman doesn't know. The woman believes that my husband is a rich man. He has the money that if he just how much he spent, how much he say he spent 100,000. Waiting there for your account a million. So because that is what she believes, she's trusting the husband for that.
Terrible.
And so she come to the husband and demanded this money, and the man goes very, very blue, and the man goes red. The man turns green. The man just go weak. You don't know how much I've been spending.
Why not?
Is it not in your front that my mother was sick? I have to take her to the general hospital. I remove her from there and go to the private hospital. Do you know how much? The wife was confused.
Yeah.
She was confused. She's not doing anything wrong.
No.
She's just innocent of what she's
Understanding is
doing.
very important in relationship.
She doesn't know. And then the man start banging and banging and banging and banging, and before you know it,
See that?
then it is a violence in the house.
It's a minor case.
So
Why
you
are they
say
fighting?
it's-
Because she has no information, financial information about her husband. And that is what we still left it behind in the old marriage.
Yes. we are
Because the
bringing
old
it.
marriage is, the more the man can provide, the more respect he got at home,
Which is wrong.
which is wrong.
It doesn't need
But
to be on
it is also not
marriage
a
should not be
it is
based on what
also
he can provide
not
for
a
you.
wrong that is a system because it works in the days of the old. That's why we call it old marriage.
Yeah.
It works in the days of the old that women even use it as a pride. They even use it as a pride.
Yeah.
That
That
yes,
we also react
Yes.
in Igbo land. We
Yes.
will react and the husband will take good care of him. When
Yes.
you say a well treated woman as street, you will see.
You will
If
see
they
it.
always look nice.
they will look nice, they will be
Yeah,
okay, but they
they will
don't
be
know
okay, they will be okay.
they
But
don't know
that
anything
is
about the
that's
financial.
the reason why.
Yeah.
They
That-
will be
that-
okay. And there was a
But
lot of
yeah,
kids by then.
Apostle-
We don't need to kill them on time.
Yes, you're
We
right.
don't need to kill the men on time.
That is the
because they
reason.
came to marry us. We don't need to kill them on time.
What is killing?
We men
No,
have a
no,
lot
no,
of
when
time
he
in
had,
us.
you
Putting
heard,
pressure.
no, you heard what he
Putting
said.
pressure.
Yeah,
when
no.
the pressure, when the pressure,
When the
a man-
pressure gets
a man-
high.
It's understanding between
Yes.
them.
A man smoking.
The man knows what
when
he
the
can
pressure
do.
is too
No,
much
no,
on
no,
when the
no,
pressure is
no,
too
that's
high,
not
The man will
pressure.
break down.
that's the
No.
reason why the
No.
rate of death,
yes.
the rate of death
You
has
say
been
you
too
say-
high,
do you know why?
and then we have so many widows.
We know.
So because the rate of death has
Yeah.
been too high,
That
so
is the reason why
I think we
I
need to learn
don't
to
want
protect
you.
some
That's
of our
right.
expenses.
I don't want
It's
you
not
or
standards
our
in everything.
viewers.
Now a woman would like to have
I don't want our
5,000
viewers.
in a family.
I don't want our viewers to
You
think that we have a side here. We don't have a side here. What
No,
we're
we
trying
don't have
to
any
do-
side,
What
no.
we try to do here is
Let
that
people
we're trying
understand.
to make people understand. We don't have a side.
No.
There's no side of man or side of woman.
No.
What we're saying here is that if we can allow this generation to know that, the only problem you have is when you don't bring yourself into a very understandable marriage.
Yes.
A marriage that is plain on the table. A marriage where the man does
There's
not
openness.
claim the manhood as a boss or whatever. A marriage where the woman is not claiming I too know.
Yeah.
But a marriage where we give to everyone according to what is laid to us, as the pastor said, by God. God is the institute of this very that's a particular thing.
Yeah.
He is the one that put it in place, and it tells to all of us. You see what God said? He said,
Yeah.
husband,
Take
love
care.
your wife.
Yes.
Wife,
Okay.
Respect.
respect your husband. God himself, if God himself will create us, say this to us, why are we fighting that particular area?
Let me say something, Mr. Balade, so we can go into another this thing.
Okay.
You see, the fact is this. We've been citing what God said. Because in the book of Genesis,
Yeah.
so God placed the man in the garden and then told the man to till the ground and do all of those stuff.
Yeah.
So the man was working too hard. Do you know that this man overworked himself
Yeah.
to the point that snake could not come to be talking to his wife?
Yeah.
Because yes,
It's true.
because if he was talking to
Bible,
Eve
It's
the
true,
way
it's
he's
true,
supposed to
it's
talk
true.
to Eve,
Another
snake
person is a
Yeah.
woman.
Snake!
that was that.
snake will not be coming.
That
So
was
what
a
I'm trying
cause.
to
No,
say,
that was a cause. That
Wait,
was after
what-
he. After
what I want to
rebel
say
against
here-
them. That was a cause. So
What I
he
want
was
to
not
say-
working by then.
what I
Just
want
like
to
he came
say-
to
no.
everything was okay in the paradise.
Because-
They were enjoying
no,
life.
no.
He
Wait.
was made to
Because
take
if-
care of
Ah,
the
God.
a man
So God take
that
the work.
a man that can
Taking
call
care.
all, a
Yeah.
man that can call all the animals.
Everything
Yes,
was
The
yes.
Bible said,
That's
said,
but
whatever
he has
is
to
called,
give
Maybe he
you
was
one
maybe he was
small-
sleeping. Maybe he was
Yes,
even
yes,
sleeping.
No,
Yeah, it's
it's
possible
a
he was
big
sleeping.
Maybe he was
responsibility.
sleeping, enjoying himself somewhere.
Big
He's sleeping.
responsibility.
Okay,
look.
I want to say something. What I want to say is that
So what I'm trying to say here, when you come in, is that the men shouldn't be overworking themselves.
No,
Yeah.
nobody. Not
Because
even the
whether
women.
it's in the old or in the new, they should not overwork
Nobody.
themselves
Yeah.
to the point that when they come back home,
Peace.
when they come back home, they only just sit out and slave because they have overworked themselves for the whole day. Do you
Because
understand?
they want to buy expensive things.
Yeah.
They want to buy more cars,
Yeah.
more
They want
clothes,
their women to live very
So
much
the
like
devil
this
is still
lady.
That is
speaking.
why-
The devil
yeah.
is still
that is
speaking.
why they
So
are
while they are
overworking
overworking themselves,
That's
the
why.
devil is speaking in the hearts of their
That's
wives.
People-
Yeah.
I want this shoe.
Yes.
I want this flag.
Yes.
I want this.
Yes.
The devil is still speaking.
So
Why don't
what-
please?
what I want to say
more.
is that
Yeah.
everything that has advantage has disadvantage.
Of course.
And for our viewers out there, because you have to know the situation where you are in. What I do at home is when I weigh the disadvantage and the advantage and I see what is higher. If the disadvantage is high, I leave that. And if the advantage is high, I learn to deal with the disadvantage. Like this modern marriage and the old cultural marriage.
Yes.
There is disadvantage. The disadvantage, Apostle Helen mentioned one, we had a lot of widows and there was heavy weight on the men.
Yes.
And there was extended family. I'm coming from one of them. Extended family. That my father married 3 wives. The extended family. And that extended family, what happens to the children? Because the children are not in unity. They're still pieces dividing here and there because you're not from the same mother and there's division everywhere. So, and the modern section
Yes.
of marriage is totally a whole different thing because you are supporting your husband. If it's an understandable husband, he will know, okay, my wife we are doing things, we are a team. We are a team. We are doing things together. Nobody is greater, and it doesn't make you not to respect your husband.
No.
It doesn't cause you not to give your husband the respect that you're supposed to give to him as your husband. You just know that both of you are boosting the family to a greater level.
It's true.
And that's just it. So when I look at it, that's still the advantage of the modern life. It's still,
Outweighs,
for me,
yes,
has
that of the old.
yeah. So if you're living in the old way and it still work for you, that is still working for you, good and fine, because you are in this situation. And of course, they say if someone that wears the shoes not wear his pants.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
are there. If you're living there and you find it good and fine. And if you're living there and you're finding you want a solution, you can as well, you know, think. You don't need to come out of your marriage, but you can ask your husband permission to work. Permission to work, so that even if he continues to give you feeding money, good and fine, but at least to assist yourself for your own personal needs.
Exactly. I don't think even you need to be asking for permission, because there's no person you put sugar in their mouth, the person say no. Because I mean the men of this time, there's no way you put sugar in their mouth, they say no. Yes, because look, Obalade, just the same way you are talking about our marriage, that's the same way I respect you people's marriage. You come to them, you will see the wife working very hard. You will see even the children also. The other time I went there, I saw the children, because they have learned to know that working hard is part of the game. So, like my husband, I will always say to him, in this family, there is no idle person.
Everybody's
you know, everybody is capable of doing one thing or the other to effectively progress their family to their next level. Do you understand? And that is how it has to be. So where I have problem is when people will be in this modern culture, in this modern time, and they still want to be applying the system of the old, because I mean some of the things in the old which didn't go very well to our mothers and our fathers. Permit me to say here, please, my mother really enjoyed marriage.
Hallelujah.
My mother enjoyed marriage to the fullness, to the end.
Apostle, you see, that is why I quickly make it open on air, because I want our viewer to understand that we are not in competition here. We try to just bring information to help many families that might be having difficulties in understanding why is my husband trying to put me into the old way of marriage, and why am I fighting to go into the new way of marriage. I want to say to them that there's none of that is bad at all. I want to say that bad will not exist until men exist, and men is the doer of bad things. And women, we are also the doer of bad things.
Yes.
So it's only when you see that some people cannot really organize themselves or positively deliver a message to the future, and that is why we see them to be that's a bad people. Okay. I want us to know here that what we want to help our viewer with is to let them know that there is nothing bad if all these things are applicable in a very good measure.
Yeah.
We talk about that is an old way of marriage. The old way of marriage is still here. When we talk, say there's no old way of marriage, we're just is the women not still being pregnant? Are they not still making babies?
We are still making babies.
We are still making babies, because the old way, the new way of making baby now is incubators. And many women don't want to do that. They say, I want to feel them inside me. Even when you say so to some women that the doctor advised them to go to cesarean, they say, no, I want to have it naturally. Why did women want to do that?
In modern way now.
But that is what we say, that it is their wahala, it is their pain, it is their everything. They don't want that. They don't want that problem anymore. So could we take pregnancy away from the problem of women?
No.
So that is the reason why you see God talks to us in so many ways, in so many forms. God tells us things, and that is the reason why I see that we live because of pain. Pain makes us to live, and those pain, if it's not well applicable to the naturality of it, then it becomes evil. Women go through this pain, they still say they want it more. When women have one baby, I witnessed it. It's not even I was told. My own wife told me the same thing. We are having no more babies. You don't stop.
It's over.
It's over. Look, this is the end. I stop here. But after some time, another one came. It's just after some time, another one came, and I said, honey, what are we going to? Maybe we should talk to doctor. I said, you know, my mama never come out to LA. I know the. You see, that is it. Then you're talking about the old way and the new way. There is always something we take away. There's something we let go. Men of these days should know that you need help. And that is what the Bible says. The Bible says that they are our helpmates.
Helpmates.
If the Bible tells us that they are our helpmates, why don't you take help? Why are you ashamed? Why are you too proud?
Exactly.
Why do you have this pride that is going to kill you? The pride is going to kill you.
Please speak it loud.
You are going to work too much. You are going to work too much. You have a lot of job to do. Let us put it behind here. You have job to do at work physically. You have job to do at home.
Yes.
Inside morally, you have job to do.
Yeah.
And man is given this limitation. God let us know that we are husband. You understand me?
Yeah.
We are husband. We provide. And as you provide, you are training up children because you want those children also to be a helper to you.
Yes.
Then what happened to your wife that your wife cannot help? But the thing that we are saying here is that when you do not properly introduce women to the new thing that is happening, that we need you. You are our mother, at the same time you are our wife, and we need you in the field. We can't do it alone.
Exactly.
And how do we do it? We explain this thing. Then the concept of empowering women is going wrong. Because
empowerment is not to make them
they don't understand, but you need to make them understand that okay, now we have seen it in so many places that the moment the woman starts working, she becomes the boss of herself. Now she's no longer telling the husband, they say, well, honey, the food is in the fridge, oh, I have to go to work, or guy is waiting for me. Then she's going. She have to go. We've seen that in many homes that now bring about a man now go to his friend's house and see the friend wife cooking, and then they like the food and he's eating there, and eventually he start thinking that my wife is not cooking for me anymore. Let me look for somebody who will be cooking. I'll be going to her house to eat and then come back home. This thing is bringing a lot of results.
Yes,
it's bringing a lot of results. So we need to still do what the woman is our helpmate, but we are
she
not.
Must do her job.
Yes, you do her job.
Yes,
she do her job.
You must do her God-given job
and
in
woman,
every area.
Yeah, the women look what
in
what quickly bring about divorce.
Yes.
What quickly bring about divorce? Sometimes I was also having this discussion, and then they said that what do you find in women building house? I say it's a good thing. If a woman have money and she want to build, it's a good thing. It's so good.
But the husband must know.
Is it thank you, Baladi? What do you find in woman buying land and the husband no know, and then building house to the extent say don't build one, build two? I say, ew. I said the woman have signed a divorce paper.
Exactly. That's what she's really in.
Because that is it. You know what? Secret. When a woman built a house in the secret, she has already built for herself a base. The base she built for herself is a haven that whenever anything happens, my husband just make note of this.
Secret.
I just carry my bag and they go. I mean, a landlord now. What are they wait for? She has already created that in her heart, and that could be positively react. It will happen because before husband go shout. You know that some men have the length of their anger. Some men goes 5 minutes. Some men go 1 hour. Some men go 2 days. Some men go 3 days.
That was the wickedness.
And then she been taking it before. She been taking it. Say the level of the husband is 1 hour. So the man will finish his 1 hour of anger, and when he finish, then it's done. Okay. But now the woman have a home now. Money in the account.
Exactly.
And the man was just going from the 5 minutes. You don't do.
Exactly.
Not by force. I not go die for this marriage. My mother die for marriage. I not go die for this marriage.
Apostle, I think
they are living.
Yeah.
I think
they are living. And I said to the discussion, I said, look, let me tell you, let a man love his wife, let a woman love his husband.
Yes.
If you love yourself, everything that I own belongs to my wife.
It's true.
Everything.
That's what it is.
That I own.
And everything
what I'm working for,
she owns
yes, belongs to me.
Let's make
everything
it
I'm working for,
yes.
everything I'm working for, my dear sisters and brothers, everything I'm working for belongs to my family, and it belongs to my family, who is my family.
Yes.
My wife.
And your children.
My children.
Yes.
My extended family comes second.
Exactly. That's how it.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So,
but the woman must also be able to make such a declarative statement.
Yes. And at the same time, let us not put it to one side.
Yeah.
This is a man too.
Yeah.
A man who believe that my wife na devil. If she just knows, say I won't do something like this, the thing don't scatter. Hey, I'm not gonna tell him. The man is building houses.
This is terrible.
The man is buying things.
Yeah.
Having accounts.
Yeah,
the woman don't know anything.
Yeah.
The woman knows nothing. The man is providing for other people, doing many. Even is an angel outside.
But in the home.
But at home, the woman knows nothing. She's just patching things together, and the man is hiding. Do you know how many of that kind of result we have got after the man died? That the woman is driven away from her own home. Yes. Because she has no information about the building. She has no information about her husband's account. Yes. She has known nothing. And this man died. Do you know what that man will be doing in his grave? No. He will be weeping.
Apostle, I think we still getting.
Talk about understanding.
We are still getting the whole thing.
But because of time, because I think some of you are also tired. But because of time,
I want to come in for this.
Yeah, you will. We really have just scratched this thing because we intend to talk on the side where you said mothers will go and get wives.
Yes.
That's why we have not opened. We are still talking about. So
Between
I think
about
I'm going to borrow you people again, so that this discussion will continue.
Yeah.
So make
So
your contribution. We have just 5 minutes. Can we spend 5 minutes more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just before we go.
What I want to say is, if you're going to work, you are given a certificate to go and work. You have your niveaus to qualify you to work. And then we also know from the Bible that marriage is an institution.
Yeah.
But it is the only institution that you are given a certificate before you
go in. Yes.
You see, so I was in a marriage seminar, and then the speaker was saying, I think we need to reverse this thing. We have to be given a certificate after we've been taught.
Yes.
Because many people goes into marriages without knowing anything.
Exactly.
And then all that they know
Exactly.
is grabbing. Marriage is not about grabbing.
At all.
It's understanding, unity,
Understanding.
oneness.
Yeah.
You see, love. So when I see in a family that is struggling in these things, I straightforward say this is not marriage.
That's the reason
Yeah.
why. That's the reason why the mothers shouldn't be bringing the wives to,
Yes.
you know, because the Bible even said, "He that findeth a wife."
Yes.
You are the
Find
one to find it, and you have to find a good thing.
Sarah did
That's
it.
what the
Sarah did it too.
he that findeth a good
Mother
wife.
Sarah did it too.
Sarah
That's why we
did
have
it.
problems.
So if you go
Equally
and then your mother is finding or your father is finding the wife and
Equally.
bringing them, so how would they now understand that it's a thing of commitment? Do you understand?
I think in the olden days they taught them how to go about all these things because it was their culture. Remember, we are treating this topic under culture. So during that culture, that was pertaining. That was happening.
Yeah,
you see.
it's
But
true.
in this era, we need
true.
common understanding. We need to come together
It's
and
true.
then understand that marriage is not a competition.
They found
It's
one
not
for
fighting.
Isaac.
It's not grabbing things. It's not about
That's what I find.
properties.
So that's what
It's
I
not
find
about I'm
difficult
building
to
and I'm doing things that you
design
don't have
this
to know. If it happens, then I'm sorry, you are not in marriage.
Yeah, it's true.
That's,
Yes.
I find
It's
it
very
So
difficult.
viewers,
So-
I think
say it clearly, yes.
you need, if you are living with your spouse and then you are fighting,
Yeah.
I think you need to revise your notes and then come together as one. After all, God has brought us together as one family. That man shall leave his father's
and
house,
mother.
mother's house, and then unite with
To
the
cleave.
wife, and then they become
Aradite
one
with the wife.
person. You see, they
Yeah.
become one. So if us still we are one and we are fighting, it doesn't. Sorry to say, it doesn't make any meaning. It doesn't make any sense in it. We need to come together, stop all this struggling, and then let our marriages work.
Exactly.
By doing so, God will rain His blessings into our marriages.
Amen. That's how it has to be. In other words, we also need to know that or those who have watched us have to know very, very clear that whatever we have said about marriage, I mean, every one of us, we've been in a relationship and we've been married. Every one of us standing here. So I think we are qualified to speak about this topic very, very, very well. So you practice it at the same time, and don't give the man too much of hassles. Don't also keep secret bank accounts.
That's right.
Or go about building house without the man knowing.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you are building, the man's supposed to know. Both of you supposed to do it together, as a matter of fact. So don't do those things all alone, and you think you are in marriage. No, I think what you are doing is just that you're having a relationship that will break any moment because you've already set the foundation. But be open and be honest. Let the men as well share their salary content with their wives. Don't hide it, because if a woman gets to know that this is how much you are making in a month, you know, the woman will be more sympathetic to know what
How
to.
to manage
They
it.
would even know how to manage. But if you go and set the pace, and let the woman know that, I mean, sometimes I pity men because, you know, your situation can change from time to time.
Yeah.
A man can be high now, and just one business will sink the man again, and then the man will
Flop.
invest in a business that will swallow his millions. And then there goes the woman still wanting to be putting hairs of
pressure.
5,000, you know, or 5,000. Brazilian hair. How? You just still want to, yes,
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
yes,
you're right, you're
I've seen
right.
men like that.
You're
I've seen.
right.
I mean, even
Yeah.
in my own family, where the wife will be saying, if I don't put this hair or 5,000 plus, I will not go to,
Yes,
you
I
know,
will not go to the salon.
I'm saying marriage is over.
And then that leads to
And
another
so,
thing also.
the
Yeah.
men must be open to let the women know when things are falling apart.
Yeah.
So let them know the salary, what the family is making in a month, and then women will be very, very cautious to handle those things. At the same time, when it is necessary for us to go and work, besides just taking care of the kids, I mean, working
They
for
have been
some
working.
few
They
hours.
have been working.
Of course, that is
Women
work.
have been working.
That's the fullness of...
In Nigeria, the women, which woman stayed at home in Nigeria? Have you seen anyone? Even those days, anybody stayed at home?
No.
They
They
carry
go
their
to
children.
farm.
They carry their children.
They
Yes,
go to farm.
they go to market. They do everything.
Yeah.
They have been working.
Yeah.
Only they don't have this salary thing.
Yes.
That's why it looks like they were not working.
They work.
But they farm.
They
They
bring back-
plant.
They bring
They
all
take
the
their
tomato
children.
home,
They have
they
been
bring
working
yam
long
home, they
time.
bring everything home. We
time.
will chop them again.
The
you know.
men, when you look at it, you know that women work more than the men.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's
because-
working.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
are
progress
Yeah,
is.
Well,
women-
that's
women-
my take.
No, no. When
Let me
you- when
hear
you-
your take. One second,
when you
one
re-
second.
when you-
Everybody,
no,
one
no,
second.
when you really
Look
want
into the
to put
camera
it-
and talk to the
when
people.
you really want to put it
One second.
in,
Before we
if
sign
you
off.
want to weigh the working that is wages, you want to look at it, you see that the women work more than men. In every aspect, women are working more than men, and that is why I thank God for giving them that energy. Women
Amen.
have
Thank
more
you, Lord.
energy
Yeah.
on look. On
Thank you for
detective
speaking out,
energy
eh?
that women have
If
that
men
I
can
so
hear
much
this from
that I
men,
so
it's
much
powerful, isn't
appreciate.
it?
I so much appreciate in them.
Yes.
Women can go more lengths than man can go. I have seen it in so many
We
ways.
need men
I
to
used
be coming
ask-
out and speaking
I used
like
to ask
this.
my wife sometime. I used
It's
to ask
so
her sometime.
powerful when
No,
men
we just
speak
slept.
honestly.
We slept
Yeah.
about 2 o'clock.
Yeah, she
And then
gets
you got up again to see the children going to school.
Yeah.
My job makes us to go home late night.
Yeah, it's true.
And then this woman will just stand up again. and
Yes.
what is going on? What is wrong? But
Yeah.
I knew there's nothing wrong. God gave them that power.
Yes.
And that's why I
The
thank the
feeling,
Lord
the
God. The Lord
sympathy.
God that gave them that power. The Lord
Yes.
God that energized them. That will
Yes.
continue to
Amen.
energize our women in every marriage.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh, we
That
receive
is my
that.
prayer. That is my
Amen.
prayer. And
Yes.
I pray that men also you will come to know
Yeah.
that no matter how strong you are,
Yeah.
you need a supporter. You
You
need somebody
need,
to
yes.
work with you.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that will make you to have a long life. You
Uh-huh.
live more.
Uh-huh.
So and then living more, meaning that when you live more, you enjoy your wife more.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
And you
that's
make
good.
the family
Thank
happy
you.
too.
Thank you very
The only,
much.
Right.
the only one that have in every situation, in every relationship, all you need is that understanding.
Yeah.
Where there's understanding, peace reign there.
Yeah.
So we should understand ourselves, even if nobody's above mistake.
Yes.
If your husband is doing what, just call him, and the two of you sit down and then discuss matters over. Not working differently.
Yes.
You can, because if you are one, you're supposed to speak with one voice.
Voice.
That love, where there's love, the respect is always there.
Amen. It's true. Thank you, man.
Because we are coming together to form one family,
Yeah.
we still need a common understanding. Although we are from different backgrounds and family differences, we need to respect each other, complement each other, so that our marriages will be successful.
Amen.
Wow. Thank you so
No
much.
matter how much you earn as
Yes.
a woman, you still under a man, and
Yes.
you still have to respect the man, give him the full respect that he needs.
Awesome.
Even if your money is higher than his,
Yes.
you still have that respect. You are meant to be under a man, and not the man meant to be
Under you. Exactly. This is too powerful. The modern girl has spoken. I just love it. That's a very powerful empowerment speech you made there.
Yes,
Empowerment
yes.
doesn't mean that you have to go and turn things upside
That is
down.
modern speech.
It is a modern speech.
It has been there. It has been there.
Well, thank you, all these wonderful panelists. God richly bless you for your time you have spent to come and be a blessing. And I want to say it openly on the air. I appreciate all of you one by one.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you
Thank
family
you so
by
much.
family.
Thank
God
you.
richly bless you. And we're going to borrow you again because I think this topic, we've not scratched it.
It's true.
So fans, please help me write them, make comments, tell them we need them again and again and again to finish this topic. So on this note, we want to say God bless you all. Thank you for also watching us from any part of the world.
Peace.
So
God bless you.
Peace
Thank
be
you.
with you.
Bye-bye.
bye
Thank
for
you.
now.
Bye.